Hello, you guys. It is a Monday, at least where I am, and I welcome you to another session of the weekly mind setting. Just a little lunch break, a little update on your mindset, on your beliefs, maybe on how you can attain a better setup for your week. Today, I want to talk to you about flow state in particular, not the kind of movements that you may see me like whenever I am doing my practice in the morning, whenever I train someone, um I don't know, wherever. This is not what I'm talking about today. I want to talk about a state of mind, a way that we can actually access all of our system, our entire system at once. So let me share with you three quick questions, and that is what we're going to talk about. Okay. After this, I'm going to leave you alone again. No worries. I'm not going to monologue too long. Okay. 15 minutes. First, what is this flow state really? What is it that we define as the flow state? Let me clarify. The flow state is a state of mind, a state of being whenever you are functioning the most efficient, when your entire system is accessed and functioning as a top capacity depending on its condition. That being, say, for instance, you love a particular topic. Yes, you love to play music, or you love to talk to someone, or maybe ice skating, or now that it gets colder, maybe you love running in the rain. Whatever it is that you really, really invest your entire being, your entire mind and body, that is when you're most likely to experience flow. Okay. It is a momentary experience where you are in the now 100%, accessing your entire system at once. That is what really defines the flow state. Everybody has a different access to it, honestly. If you look at children, for instance, they are depicting the fastest learners on the planet. They are showing us how this flow state really functions. Because whenever they are curious about something, whenever they put their mind into something, they're completely absorbed. There's nothing that they would love to do more. And so whenever you're pulling them out, saying like, you shouldn't do that, we have to go, whatever, you are basically breaking apart their focus and hence their state of flow. So the state of flow is exactly that, is the state of affairs. And you can actually access this whenever you like. The question is, the next one, how do we attain it? How do we get there, right? Knowing that the flow state is oftentimes described as a superhuman state, because you are using an entire system at once, where before you have been only analyzing, maybe problem solving, maybe doing like one or the other task. Now we're talking about accessing your entire body, your entire system at once. How do we get there? Now, I want you to ask yourself a question, maybe write it down if you like. When have you last experienced flow in your own life? When was it the last time then that you felt like, wow, I'm 100% in it? Maybe you watched a movie. I don't know about you, but you don't really use much of your system. So let's put that aside. It is not really the flow state. But compare it with watching a movie, because you're 100% absorbed. And now take into account that maybe you have been moving to that degree. Yes. For instance, let's see. So you went to a fair. Okay. You went out and there was like, you could play dart, or you could, I don't know, whatever fun experiences that you could do at the fair. And now imagine how much fun you had, how much you have been in the moment, and how curious you were to do more of it. How much of your system at once was invested in the action in the very moment. That is what defines you experiencing the flow state. So when has it been the last time that you actually experienced flow? Write it down, maybe reflect on it a little later. I want you to encourage yourself to find these moments more often, because you learn the fastest, you are processing the fastest, usually you have the most fun, and you're very good at stuff when you're in flow state. So you're working at optimum performance. So it is in your own personal interest to get there. Let's look at how we can attain that. Okay, second question, how can we attain flow in everyday life? First of all, I want to encourage you again to remember it's a momentary experience. It is now. It cannot happen in the future, and it cannot happen in the past. So thinking of how to get into this state of flow, you want to think about being in the very moment. Okay, so thinking about what's going to come tomorrow, what did I do yesterday, is breaking apart your flow there and then on the spot. Okay, let's see next. When you are really enjoying something, you are 100% involved. You are 100% here and now. So the first thing that I want you to think about, write it down. Maybe, I don't know, set a reminder once or every while, like during your day. Whenever you are enjoying something, your entire system is more likely to invest itself. Hence, the simplest way to actually get into a state of flow is asking yourself, do we really like what you're doing? And if not, either find a way to really like it, find a reason, a motivation that you say, like, yes, this is actually amazing what I'm doing. I have the possibility to work with people. I get to update something. I get to learn. I get to, practice, or I don't know, gain something out of it. Find a reason why you could like what you are doing, and see how this joy, the momentary feeling of excitement, kicks you into a different state where you're naturally using more of your entire system. That is not just your mind. That is the efficiency of your movement from action to action too. Okay, you will be breathing differently, you will be thinking differently, and so forth. To attain flow, it is absolutely essential that we find a reason why we could like it. Okay, or if you're in danger, if you feel endangered, you have to run away. Your system is absolutely 100% functioning too. However, you won't learn because your mind, your analytical part, is blocked in this case. When you're fight or flight, there's not much happening on the ratio, like on the top part of your brain. However, when you're curious, when you are joyous, when you are invested with a happy kind of state, then your entire system, including the analytical part of your mind, is working at a top efficiency. Okay, so how do we attain it? Find a reason. Find something that truly motivates you to find joy, find a gain in what you are doing right now. That can be eating lunch, that can be talking to a colleague, that can be talking to your partner. It can also be creating something in the lab. Maybe you have to do some boring chore, writing emails, whatever it is. Find a reason why you could like it and see how your entire system changes. Just play with that. And you will notice that the more you are finding positive reasons, positive engagements into whatever you're doing, the more absorbed you become, and the more you can actually process all available data that your entire system is gathering from what you are doing. Okay, let's look at question number 3. What hinders us from experiencing more flow in our day-to-day life? If I understand that this flow state kind of thing is something good for me, and I am actually agreeing with that, and I would experience more of it, it is one way to describe how I can get more of it. The other thing that is very important for me, at least, is to understand what keeps me from it in the first place. And diversions, like distractions, the more I try to multitask, the more I'm actually breaking the flow. Flow is a very concentrated state. So you're 100% invested, meaning your focus is 100% on point. And if you remember the mind setting session that we had a couple of weeks ago where we talked about focus, it is absolutely essential that you are practicing your focus, because everything that you repeat, you will get better at. Yes, you know that sentence. If you follow me for some time, this is something I'm repeating over and over again. Everything that you keep repeating, you will get better at. If you repeat to be negative, to think about scarcity, to think about what is not functioning, to think about what you don't have, that is what you're getting good at. Okay, same goes with focus. Please, the more you are trying to stay at one topic, try to stay in your body, try to stay with your feelings, try to stay with what excites you, the better you will be getting at entering this state anew every other second, every other moment. So what is distracting us? What is keeping us from flow state? Distractions, absolute number 1. Breaking of focus, absolute number 1. When you're scrolling through Instagram with every single picture that your mind sets a new focus, you are breaking your focus. You're breaking your attention span. Okay? That is how deteriorating scrolling through any kind of social media is. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it at all. I'm just wanting to update you and your awareness at what is actually happening every single time that you scroll through Instagram. Another thought: when you're reading a book, when you're reading an article or watching a movie, something where you are sticking to it for a longer period of time, you feel like your entire system is focusing, narrowing, and like really 100% packing your entire, say, awareness into that particular task. Yes? So think of it that way. Every single time that you are breaking away from that, you are losing focus, you are losing flow, and you won't remember anything anymore because you don't absorb the information. You just, it just goes by, the bam 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 bam. And now I ask you, what did you do today, the first thing in the day? Do you remember that? Okay, let's see, what did you do the fifth thing today? What was that? I think you could manage to find out. Okay, um what was the most exciting thing today? I'm very certain that you can remember that, right? And so the same goes with any other emotion where you are really invested emotionally with your entire system, with your entire focus. That is what I want to encourage you. Try to really feel your life, experience your life more fully. In order to do that, cut distractions, cut things that are continuously like breaking your focus, cut people who are, or like relationships, not necessarily, but don't cut people, yes, but cut relationships out of your life that are dragging you down, that are making you fuzzy. Try to really think of it that way. Everything that you're consuming, and that is directly linked to focus, everything that you are consuming is making up you. Thinking of it like consuming food, your cells are renewing themselves on the basis of what you have been consuming before. And that goes the same way with your mind. If you want to be 100% into something, make sure that you are checking in first. Is it nourishing you? Is it helping you? Is it somehow constructive? Is it somehow interesting, curious? Do you feel you would love to spend this moment with it? Otherwise, you are practicing to break your flow every single time, because flow works on the basis of joy, of curiosity, of investigation. Um, it is something where you feel you want to be doing more of that. Okay. So I know that has been a lot of information. This is the main reason why I do these little calls and Monday, um, in the more like in at lunch break, because I really want you to have something to work on. And if I can provide a little bit of quality to your mindset, then I will gladly do so within 10 to 15 minutes every Monday, just to help you a little on the way for your week to come. Think about things that you really love doing, okay, for this week, or at least for today, or for the coming hour. What do you really enjoy? Try to really feel how that feels. Think about what state of mind is that? Try to connect with all that I shared now with you, where you can 100% get absorbed. This is how you feel the substance, the depth of your life, of every moment. The quicker you are switching contexts, honestly, the less you will feel life, the less you will experience life. So when you want to experience more flow or whatever, more richness to your experience, try to give yourself, first of all, more of the stuff that you really enjoy, and then really take time for it. And that means maybe you have to cut out some stuff that is actually not nourishing anymore. But that's kind of like the payoff that you then get when you cut out those things that are not nourishing, that are not helping you, that are dragging you down, that are breaking your focus, that are stressing you out. What you get is more richness, more substance to your life. Wouldn't that be interesting? I'm going to leave you with that thought. Okay. It has been a true pleasure to serve you again here Monday lunch. I hope it is your lunch. Otherwise, just a beautiful week to you in any case. And I'm looking forward to be connected with you again. Take good care of yourself.